Welcome back to Cardcaptor Sakura Anime Review Part 10. This is reviewing the first 5 episodes of Season 3, which are episodes 46 to 51. In these episodes, we're introduced to 3 brand spanking new characters. First is Ariel Hiragawa, even though this is how it's spelled. Eroiol. Hiragawa. There's also Spinal Sun, who's a freaking cat, who's like an evil version of Kiro, and there is sort of a female version of you named Ruby Moon, who is known as Naruka as who her false form is Naru Azaki. Mm-hmm. Yep, that is pretty much all the characters introduced in this particular arc. Yeah, even the anime, these are the only 3 new characters. Yeah, the season starts off with Sakura entering a brand new grade this particular season. Just like the last season, she entered 5th grade. This season, she entered the 6th grade. Which I'm probably like, why the heck would they actually bother to do that? It's particularly a little odd. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, these are basically the episodes. We have the new transfer student, unlocking the key, the dangerous piano, the threads that bind, attack of the teddy bear. Yeah, this one was quite funny. And that's it. Those are the titles of the 5 episodes. Yeah, and here's the neat thing about these particular episodes. It feels somewhat serialized, not like continuous. Like it feels a lot more serialized than the previous 2 seasons were. Like the first 2 episodes dealing with this whole rain thing, and Sakura is trying to unlock her wand. She basically used same incantation used pretty much all the time in the previous 2 seasons. But it doesn't work, and it's still freaking raining. So, Kiro suggests to Sakura, have Yukito come over so he can talk to you. Okay. So, and then of course, Tamio comes over too, because why not? Because she's her best friend. And they decide though, like, why don't you see what's going on? And Yukito, Yu basically tries to use his power in the thing. Doesn't work at all. And eventually Sakura decides to use basically a different incantation, basically talk about inner star, because basically her symbol is a star. And she transforms the fiery card into her. She basically trying to transform, basically using her own magic, not using Cloud Reed's magic anymore. So transforms the fiery card into a Sakura card. Yep, and eviscerates the rain. And then something really weird happens. This is basically starts a recurring trend. Whenever she transforms a cloud card into a Sakura card, it causes her to become very sleepy. Not ill, just very sleepy because the very next day, which happens to start the very next episode, she apparently can't get out of bed. It's not because she's lazy, it's because she basically has no energy to move. So she has to sleep until about 3 o'clock, thus missing school. Mm-hmm. Now, the first episode introduces the two of the new characters. Ariel, who is basically introduced as a transfer student. Yes, a transfer student from the UK. Okay. Oh yeah, and Mizuki, who appears basically a regular character in the previous season and appeared throughout the second half of season 1. She is not physically seen in these episodes. She basically has moved back to the UK for some reason, probably because her job was done. And Sakura communicates with her via writing letters to her. Mm-hmm. Yep. And of course, well, Ariel points out, though, basically, that she is Sakura. Yeah, there's a mystery surrounding him. Yeah, the mystery is solved basically a few episodes in. That Ariel is, in fact, Cloud Reed. Well, they explain more about him later, but basically, yeah, he's Cloud Reed. And eventually by episode 50, basically 4 episodes in, we also revealed that another new character, who also is Rubu, yeah, that's when we reveal she's actually journalist. And a lot of the time, it seems like that this character, if you're watching the show, she acts a lot like Mei Ling, where she constantly, like, like clings onto Toya a lot, and it's implied she might be attracted to him. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's not supposed to explain why she does this for. At one point, she does during a freaking soccer game. No idea why, but she does. Yep. Now, the second like major disaster they deal with after the whole thing with the rain. Yeah, in episode 4, it's about a piano. Yeah, we see Sakura see Ariel playing the piano, and then Ariel invites her in because he sees her, and they talk for a little while, and then Toya shows up, and basically Toya recognizes the song he's playing as well, a song she was practicing for an upcoming concert. And then they come back to, like, they apparently have it where Lee and Sakura just hang out for a bit, and then all of a sudden in the room she's practicing in, where there's no music playing, and then all of a sudden the piano goes freaking nuts, basically nearly trying to murder her. Yes, trying to kill her, run over, like the piano trying to run her over, and look how Sakura's to protect her. Eventually it chases to the roof, and then they activate, I believe it's the song card, yes, who basically drags the piano to the frickin' roof, smashes right through the fence of the frickin' rooftop, and the thing crashes. Let's see. A school rooftop. Must be a Japanese anime because characters love going to the rooftops of their frickin' schools a lot. Never seen that in American cartoons. Not really, no. It's not a very common thing. Seems like almost any anime I watch that features a school, with the exception of My Hero Academia, they actually go to the school rooftop. Yeah, it's a common meeting place for like a lot of the characters of the series. And then the next episode, like 50, is one of the most bizarre episodes of the whole series. Okay, this whole thing is this episode and the following episode is basically involving making a teddy bear. Yes, a teddy bear for someone they like. Rita makes it for her teacher, who she's in love with. Yep, we have Sakura who makes one, and Lee makes one too. Lee, of course, is in love with Sakura. Yep, he's in love with her. But he can't tell her because he just can't. At one point, he basically gets near her. He just gets embarrassed and runs off. Of course, Yukito, who actually but he runs to Yukito. They briefly had lunch together, and then, of course, he basically runs off, and then Yukito still having the bear in his hand. Yeah, it's revealed this little blushing thing he does, Yukito. Yeah, it's a fear of the power of the moon. That's pretty much the reason why he does that. He just is nervous around him, implying that Lee knew that Yukito was Yu all along. Oh yeah, and apparently Yu knows about everything Yukito does, but Yukito does not know anything about Yu at all. Nope. Transforms, and of course Yu transforms back into Yukito. Yukito knows nothing about it at all. Also in the same episode, Ariel does something that you actually don't see very often in an anime. He kisses Sakura's hand. I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, wow, what a gentleman he is. By kissing a beautiful woman's hand. That's an act of a gentleman. I personally have never done that, but I know that's an act of a gentleman. He's from the UK, so it's probably very common to that in high society. Don't worry, this is Diet Coke. Yep. And then he basically gives Sakura tips like how to improve teddy bear so it doesn't look like Hero. Basically, make the ears smaller. It's like, okay. Then she gives the Yukito, and then all of a sudden the bears are acting really weird and starts to go freaking giant size and acts like a freaking kaiju monster and chases Sakura around. Like, she uses the jump card. Yeah, she actually uses like 3 cards in this episode. Well, actually, like the episode before this, we have Lee who basically wants to go Sakura to keep an eye on whatever goes on. And then he starts acting really weird. Takes out a sword, starts slicing at Sakura. Yeah. And the reason why it's like this because he's under threats. Yep. threads are basically surrounding him. So thanks to Sakura using a sword card, she's able to free him. And of course, right after that she's used the sword card, she falls asleep because she's probably out of energy. And of course, in this episode, she has to use like three cloud cards. Yep, 3 cards. First, she uses the jump card, which this one actually changes color because if anybody watched the show previously, the first season, anytime she uses the jump card, it's always formed white wings on her shoes. Here, it's pink. Okay. And the fly card changes too. It does not transform give wings on her staff. No, it gives her wings, which I'm like, okay, that's neat. That's a neat change. And then she uses the sword card to slice at the bear's ear because that's where the source of power is. And there's a little piece of paper inside. And it's the symbol for Clowery. Yep. And that's pretty much the episodes themselves that I can think of. Yeah. The whole and also the whole subplot about Lee, his attraction to Sakura. Like, Toya, apparently, it's implied she doesn't know about it. She knows that Lee has feelings for Sakura, but she's not going to basically tell Sakura about it because she wants Lee to tell her himself. That's what she wants to do. And of course, there's also the thing about her being in love with Sakura. It says, like, her basically, she wants to be happy by seeing the woman seeing Sakura she cares about. Seeing Sakura happy, not like the way it was with the respective mothers, where Toya's mother was in love with Sakura's mother, and of course had to fight Sakura's father over her affections. Okay, but the thing is, Toya's mother basically adores Sakura, treats her like her own daughter, despite the fact she has one of her own. Yeah, treats her daughter very well. Yep. In the case of Toya, he doesn't do very much in these episodes. At least Lee does something. He takes part in like maybe 2 episodes. Of these 5 episodes, like a lot of the time he doesn't do, like during the first 2 episodes, he does nothing except just basically be embarrassed around Sakura because he has feelings for her. But as for these episodes overall, for the start of season 3, they're actually really good. Yes, a good, well thought out story. And there's also the subplot of them detecting Clowery, but they know for a fact Clowery's been dead for some time. They don't know that the Ariel is in fact Clowery. They won't know about this until the end of the season. Yep. But I'll talk about that later. I'm kind of spoiling that, but they don't find out till later. And as of right now, reaching episode 51, I have exactly 19 episodes left to go for the entire series. Yes, 19. Wow, for a series that started like last week, I'm almost done. Alright, yep. Alright, so that's it for this particular review. My next review will be a review of the newest chapter of One Punch Man. Now, if you're curious though, like, is there going to be a review of like, for Case Closed today? No, there isn't. The reason why is because there is no new episode of the anime for Case Closed. I will eventually get back to watching the films, eventually. But right now, I'm putting it on hiatus for right now, talking about the Case Closed films. I'm just going to focus on whatever anime I'm watching right now, instead of just taking a break every season, just watch a freaking film. Yeah, I'm no longer doing that. I'm basically just going to wait till I get some series done, and then go back to watching those movies, okay? And now I'm also going to review, aside from One Punch Man, I also have 2 comic courses I'm going to do, okay? But do you see you next view. Bye.